Welcome back, everyone, to the Roman Show. And on the line, we have the boys of WoR. We got Ben, Dylan, Bob. Thanks so much for your time, guys, to speak to us as we get ready here and start hitting the road and hit the stage and play some of the new music. Now, the band has already their debut album, Prisoners, available right now on your favorite streaming service or anything you can hear. And you can actually check out some of the music videos that are available right now on YouTube. So, gentlemen, thanks so much for your time and joining us.
Thank you.
Awesome. So we got three of you, so it's going to be a little fun here. So you guys could kind of tag team who wants to go ahead and answer the question. So first and foremost, you parted ways with your former drummer. You're starting it fresh now. You got Dylan joining you in there, although he was featured here in your debut record. So how does that chemistry of bringing in a new person, working with this new person, how does it all come about? How has it been coming together?
Well, so Dylan pretty much came in with his hair on fire, and just kind of added a new energy to the band. That might have not been there previously, and he came in and just kind of re-energized some of the old songs. And he's been, super gung ho about helping us write new tunes and really pushing us to become better players and to kind of push our musical limits a little bit more. So it's definitely been a smooth process for sure.
And
yes, my hair was definitely on fire.
His hair was on fire.
Yeah.
And Dylan,
that's how we got our attention.
And Dylan, you already kind of knew the guys already. It was kind of like a match made in heaven, or did you just they just hit you up? How did that whole correlation come about?
So it originally, Ben originally called me about 2 years ago, and I had just moved 4 hours out of Raleigh, and I was at first just kind of like, nah, man, sorry, I'm in a band up here where I just moved to. And then fast forward about, what has it been, about a year and a half, almost 2 years later, he just gave me another, he just hit me up on Facebook, and then, we just talked a little more from there. I went down to Raleigh, did a little audition, and I got the part.
Now, guys, with the addition of Dylan, was it the same direction you wanted with the album, or when you guys picked up Dylan, it went another way?
I wish we would have had Dylan on the album, actually, because him playing the songs now brings a whole new groove to it, like a whole new style, it just gives it more energy, it's more live, it's more, groovy. So I wish we would have had him on the album. Even though we're glad the way the album came out, we're proud to have released it when we did. But we're actually really excited to drop some new material with Dylan, because I think that everybody's actually going to like his style of playing the drums, and he's killer with it, man.
And no doubt about that. And I got a sneak peek there. I heard pretty much all of the music, and if you're a fan of Gojira or Lamb of God, this is the band you need to listen to if you haven't heard of them yet. Now, with the record and hitting the road, any particular songs that you guys are looking forward to performing live? There's a ton of freaking songs here, man. You got Caged, and so you got the Come Hunt and Play cover of Offspring. That was freaking awesome. But any particular song in particular that you guys are looking forward to performing live?
And after sitting at home for a year, not playing live, I'm looking forward.
You try to play the new stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing all of them. But yeah, the heavier songs, I'm always a fan of that. And also, we've got some really cool new stuff that we're about to start throwing into the set. So we're always excited to play new stuff as well.
I think I'm excited to play Sirens. I think how it sounds.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that sounds pretty different from the album. But
Predator, and Six Kings. Those are always a banger in our opinion.
Now, looking at the record, you got 10 songs in there, and is there in particular direction you guys or message you guys wanted to relay to the fans with this record, or is it each song has a particular story to tell?
So it's pretty much I just pick a topic, a discussion, and I just write about it, like things that me either I feel personally, or just I look around the room and I take like inspiration from that, and it's something I want to write about just to spark a conversation, spark a way of thinking. So it's like, even though you read the lyrics or you listen to it, it makes you feel a certain type of way, or you may read the lyrics and you may think, it means something completely different. But, to me, it's just, I want to spark, interest of y'all thinking for yourselves, and, just be you, don't, like, go against the grain, like everybody out here, just so too much negativity going on, be positive in your own way, your own trade, do what you got to do. Forget all the, the stuff that tries to hold you down, and especially like, not like, pretty much anything that pretty much holds you down as an individual. Period.
Now, in particular, looking at the music here, was this written during the pandemic, or was it written before the pandemic, and you guys had to delay a little bit about the release of the album?
Yeah, I mean, so the album was written in, I want to say, 2018, 2019. Whoa. And then, the pandemic hit, and we actually initially planned to release the album early 2020. Mm-hmm. But with the pandemic, our record label suggested that it might be a smart move to hold off a couple months, so we ended up pushing it back to August of 2020. But honestly, like, looking at it and looking at the songs that were on that album, it's just the perfect soundtrack to what kind of year 2020 was, in the sense that a lot of those songs, you can put them in the context of what this last year was about, and they'll make sense in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there's so many songs there that you can relate to, and you're right about that.
I mean, and then just the whole thing, Prisoners. I mean, like,
yeah, that's what I was to say.
Like, everyone was sitting at home for a year,
right?
If that,
hence of how the lyrics came to be. Just sitting around and looking at the same thing over and over again. Even though most of this was written beforehand, it's still played in today's role. So it was just crazy how it all worked out that way.
So you said you wrote it back in 2018, 2019. So you guys started recording late 2019, early 2020?
Yeah, I think we hit the studio in about summer, so June, July, August of 2019. And I think we finished tracking in November, and then went into mixing and mastering. So we dropped our first single January 3rd, and that was Predator. And we dropped that with a music video. But yeah, we actually worked on it for quite a while. I mean, we got to go in the studio and really experiment a lot with different drum tones and guitar sounds, and just kind of really try to find our identity a little bit, which was definitely a good experience for our debut album.
So with that being said, you mentioned that there's some new material. When did this material started to pick up, or when did it start getting produced? And when are we going to hear it anytime soon? Are you guys holding off on it, or are you just going to give us a treat when we see you guys in person? Hello?
Hey.
Yeah. I said I lost you there for a bit. I said, you guys mentioned that you guys have some new music. But when was that produced or written, and when are we going to hear it? We're going to have to wait till we see you guys on stage?
Yeah, so our goal for right now is definitely to hit some shows and tour Prisoners a little bit. We've been kind of working on new material, been kind of in and out of the studio a little bit. So we're definitely cooking up some new stuff here. Hopefully shooting for a second album release next year.
Wow.
Early 2022 maybe. But as of right now, we're still going to hit the road and tour Prisoners a little bit.
Nice. Now, with the writing process, how do you typically guys do it? Do you guys just work on it together? You let vocalists write it, drummer, write his thing? How do you guys produce the whole thing?
Usually what I do is is I let these guys work on what they do, and when they get together, they come up with some crazy stuff. So I let no, you got it, and then I'll my bad, and then I'll listen to what they came up with, you know, come up with the rhythm, come up with an idea of how I want to do it, and then I'll just try to, you know, mesh whatever I got to say and whatever I'm feeling at the moment on top of what they got going on.
Now, for the writing inspiration, does it typically just you, or do you take some pointers? Hey, you know, what do you write about this? I'm kind of feeling this. Maybe we can incorporate it if it's our band.
Oh yeah, of course. Like we always, have critique each other. You know, say maybe we should try this, or how about we try to see if it sounds like that. You know, picking seeing what sounds best or what is good for the record. And also what feels more natural, more comfortable, because, we don't want to try to make anything seem like, or try too hard, or try to lose sight of the message of what we're trying to actually do. Because when you get stuck on that, then you start to hate the song, and then you start to not enjoy it or not playing it anymore. And then it just gets lost in translations. And the next thing you know, you just got a song that you written that you don't even love anymore.
Right. Well, you talk about tours, you talk about touring the album Prisoners. When can we expect you on stage? Do we have any dates? Do we have some cities so far?
Yeah, so we've got a string of tours in the later part of this year that have not been announced. We're going to be announcing some of that stuff in early July, and as we head into the back part of this summer. So stay on the lookout for that. That being said, though, we do have a couple of festivals that we're playing in the U.S. We're playing Metal in the Mountains in Pipestem, West Virginia, and we're playing Blue Ridge Rock Festival in Danville, Virginia.
Man,
so those
that Blue Ridge Rock Festival is stacked. So
that lineup on steroids.
Yeah, man, that's like, you guys couldn't do anything to it. Fuck, we're throwing it all in there, man. Well, guys, I want to thank so much for your time, and looking forward to seeing you guys on the road. Hopefully you guys could put Florida in there. We'd love to have you down here, and we can go ahead and party with you guys.
Oh, hey, man, thank you for having us, man. It's been a pleasure.
Likewise, man. You guys take care, and again, put Florida in there somehow, some way, whether this year or next year. We'd love to have you.
Hey, we'll be down there later this year. So
awesome. We'll keep an eye out for you guys.
Can't tell you with who, but we'll be there. So
okay.
We'll catch up.
We'll keep an eye out there. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Cheers.
Man.
Cheers,
Take it
man.
easy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.